inhale, drawing that smiley face over to the other shoulder. And then exhale down and around to the other shoulder. As you gently go from side to side. And just notice what you feel as you do that. Good. And then bringing the head back to center, let's do a few shoulder rolls. And feel free to close your eyes and notice what's showing up for you there. Notice if your shoulder blades are gliding along the back of your rib cage, or are they a little stuck? Good. And now taking the arms out, just reaching them out long and rolling the arms in circles. Good. Now you're going to turn your palms forward. We're going to do a dural stretch. So palms are forward, and you're just going to gently reach back and then turn the fingers and hands back towards each other. Good. Now as we exhale, we're going to stretch those shoulders a little more. You're going to bring one arm into the midline, and then you're going to wrap the other arm underneath. And if you have the range of motion, you can wrap the hands around. Good. We're going to inhale, take it up, and we're going to exhale, bring the elbows down. So again, if it's comfortable, just close your eyes as you move with your breath, and notice what you feel going along the shoulders there, the spine, the arms. Nice deep breaths. Good. Now the next time the elbows come down, we're going to gently take the fingers out and in, out and in. Again, the arms can be in any position, and you're still doing the movement wherever the arms are for you. A few more times. Good. We're going to do that dural stretch again. We're going to reach those arms out, palms out. We're going to gently reach back, draw those fingertips in towards each other. Good. And then switch it out. And wrap the arm around the other way. And again, starting with the up and down. Inhale up. Exhale, elbows down. Nice deep breaths. A few more times. Now the next time the elbows come down, start to move the fingers out on the inhale and back in on the exhale. You may notice a difference in your range of motion. One way might be a little tighter than the other way, stretching those shoulders and in those arms. Good. And then release it out, roll those shoulders out for me. So I'm now going to get you to shift into a table position, coming to your hands and your knees. Let's do some cat and cows. As we exhale, drop the tailbone, lift the spine, and drop the head. As we inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the belly, and lift the head. As you gently move back and forth. Nice deep breaths. Now, the next time you press up into cat, just hold. Push that spine up. Maybe try to create a little more space between those shoulder blades as you hold. Relax the head, drop it down. Good. And then come back to a back. Seeker from side to side, drawing the ear and the hip towards each other. Good, and then press it back into a resting child. So just pressing it back as far as you comfortably can. And if it causes you any discomfort in the knees, the hips, back, or whatever, just bring yourself a little further forward and rest the head down. Nice breaths. And now we're going to come into a seated position. We're going to sweep our feet out to one side, off to one side. We lift our torso up as tall as we can. Twist from the navel. You can use one hand on the knee if you'd like, just to give you a little more leverage there. And look over that back shoulder. And as you're in your twist and holding, see if you can draw your navel a little more into that twist. Nice deep breaths. Good. Bring it back to center. Now, you're going to, the leg that's on top, you're going to bring it out front for me. The other one, bring it out a little further so it's more in front of you than off to the side. And then you're going to take your front leg and you can bring it in front of the knee, or if you have the range of motion, you can pop it right over top of the knee. So work with your range of motion. Now, your sit bone, your glute may have popped off of the floor, so try to gently press it down as much as possible. Scooping the opposite arm around your knee, coming into a spinal twist again. Try to twist from the navel and look over that back shoulder. Good. Bring it back to center. And keeping the legs the same, we're going to take the other arm inside of the knee, fingers pointing up, pressing the knee and the elbow together, and gently twist the other way. And then coming back to center, we're going to sweep our feet over to the other side. Again, lifting up nice and tall, twisting from the navel, looking over that back shoulder. And as you're in that twist, maybe take the navel a little bit more into that twist. Then coming back to center, take that top leg and bring it up. Bring the other foot out a little bit further and bring the foot in front of the knee or pop it right over. Scoop the opposite arm around the knee, lift up nice and tall. Once again, twist away from those knees. And then coming back to center, switching it out. Take the other arm, elbow inside the knee. Push the elbow and knee together, fingers are up, and then twist the other way. Again, focusing on drawing the navel into the twist. Get that lower body activated. Good. Coming back to center. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. We want the heels out about 1.5 feet from us so we come into a version of tortoise. We're going to scoop our hands underneath as far as we comfortably can, and then gently draw down into a forward bend. Now, we're going to do a little bit of a pulsing movement. So on the inhale, we're going to ease off. And then on the exhale, we're going to gently move towards the feet. As you move in and out, listening if there's any red or yellow lights, easing off. Good, nice deep breaths. So for me this morning, I've got a lot of pain on my back right hip. So I don't want to pull down too far into this. I just want to work in a range of motion where I'm not triggering that yellow light or that red light this morning. A few more times. And now let's extend the left leg out in front with the right knee bent. Inhale, hands up, and then exhale, forward bend and hold. And just notice where your range of motion is this morning. Good. We're going to go into a half circle from here. I'm just going to turn so you can see me better. If you don't have any padding under your bent knee, shift over so that you're on your mat or some carpet there. And we're going to push into the knee and the right hand. As we do that, we're going to, if it feels okay, you're going to lift both hips off. If it doesn't, just lift the back hip and reach over. Otherwise, lift both and reach over, pressing that top hip up towards the ceiling. Nice deep breaths. Relax the neck, let the head drop down, stretch all the way through the side. Good. And then coming back down, coming back into a forward bend once again. Nice deep breaths. Let's do that half circle once again, pressing into the hand and the knee and either lifting one hip or both. Nice deep breaths. Good. This time when you come down, extend both legs out in front, push those heels away and gently fold it forward. Good. So we're going to switch it out. So extending the other leg out, bending the other knee. Inhale, hands up, and exhale, forward bend. And we're going to bring it up, placing the other hand behind us, pushing into that knee and hand, lifting one hip or both hips off of the floor and gently reaching over. Nice deep breaths. Again, if reaching over triggers a yellow light, you can place the hand on the rib cage or the hip instead. Good. We're going to bring it forward into that forward bend. Let's take it into that half circle one more time. Nice deep breath. Inhale up, relax the neck, drop that ear down, open that shoulder for me, push that hip up. And then exhale, forward bend, but both feet, extend both legs out. Good. All right. Allow yourselves to take the legs about a foot apart from each other, maybe a foot, foot and a half. Lift up nice and tall and melt forward and hold. And bring it back up. Take the feet about another foot apart. I'm probably more like 3 feet rather than 2 feet. And hold. Bring it back up. Take it as wide as you comfortably can. This time I want you to place the hands behind the hips though, and then tilt the hips forward. So the iliac crest, the top of the hip, try to tilt that forward using your hands. Keep lifting your rib cage in this one though. Push your heels away, toes pointing up for me, and hold. Maybe feel that in the hamstrings there. And then melt forward. You can let the shoulders and the head drop as you reach forward. So now we're going to twist from the navel over to one leg. Keep that back sit bone down as you gently drop down towards that leg. And let's open it up. Turn the lower palm up, reaching up and over. Drop the ear towards the leg. Reach the arm over the head towards the toes. Nice deep breaths. And then twist back towards the leg. And then walk over towards the other leg again. Draw the navel in that direction and just come into that forward bend towards that leg. And then turn the palm up, open it up. Stack those shoulders, reach the arm overhead, drop that ear. Nice deep breaths. Good. And then bring it back down to that leg for a moment. And then back to center. Good. So we're going to release it out. If you still have your socks on, we're going to come on up standing. And if you have access to a wall chair, I would like you to have something to place your hand on to start. So find your spot. And with this one, you're going to open the hip up with tree. And if you want to use the wall, there's different variations for it. You can bend the knee, bring the foot in, and actually come close enough where just the knee is touching the wall so that you have free hands, or you can use the hand if you want. All right, so allow yourselves to open up in tree position. And this one, if you don't need the wall, you don't have to use the wall. It's the next one I want you to use the wall, so just make sure you're close enough. Good. Now what you're going to do is you're going to come into variations of dancer. If you're able to, you're going to grab your back knee. Now what I'd like you to do is hold on to something. This is where the wall comes in handy, because at first I want you to be nice and stable, and I want you to draw the heel towards the bump, and I want you to drop the knee straight down, and then just take the knee back slightly, deepening that stretch in that quad there, but you're nice and stable because you're holding on to something. We're going to add balance in a moment. Good. Just hold that stretch a few more seconds. Now, if you're able to, you're going to add balance, and you're going to push your foot away from you into your hand and tip slightly forward. Now, if grabbing the foot is not an option today, you can put the foot on a couch or a chair so that you're still getting some stretch there. Good. And then we're going to switch it up. So tree on the other side, using the wall if you need it. Good. We're going to grow those tree branches. Good. Now from here, using your wall, grabbing foot behind you. Again, start out with drawing the heel towards the bum and drop the knee straight down, and then just take the knee straight back slightly while keeping the heel in towards the bum and hold. Nice and stable, stretching that quad, stretching the knee, opening the hip flexors. And then dancer one, push the foot into the hand, tip slightly forward. If you're able to let go of the wall, go ahead and do that. Good. Now, this is where you need the wall, like an ankle on top of a knee there. And you're going to gently press back into a chair squat. Now, I've got some issues going on in my knee right now, so I just noticed that this side is not going to allow me to do that. So I'm going to just do this on the other side. If you got any knee stuff coming up, another option is to just sit down and do this and lean forward. So hold for a few more seconds. And then you're going to switch sides. Again, if you need a chair, just do that on the side you need to with the chair. And just lean forward. Hold whether you're standing or in a chair. Good. Release it up. So we're going to come down to our knees and come into a half dog. So keeping the hips above the knees, reach those hands out as far as you comfortably can. Keep those elbows up. Rest the forehead on the floor. Nice deep breaths. And if it's comfortable, come into a full down dog. Fingers nice and wide. Tuck those toes and take your tailbone high. Walk that dog, bend one knee down, or sorry, push one heel down, bend the other knee forward. Good. We're going to lunge our left foot forward. Bring our back knee down to the floor. We want to lunge that knee as far forward as we can. Open those hip flexors, stretch those hips. Ooh, I don't know about you, but I got tight hip flexors. And then let's deepen the stretch on the other side as well. We're gonna roll onto the outside edge of our foot, and this is where we have both hands on the inside of that leg. We maybe drop down a little bit further, or maybe you might use a cushion under the arms. Both elbows may come down, one might come down. Maybe you just bend the elbows slightly. Take some deep breaths. Good. So now let's bring it up and push the hips back. As we do, lift the toes off the floor. Now, depending on your range of motion, you might have to use a wall or a chair for balance, or hands on the leg. If you have the range of motion to bring the hands to the floor, go ahead and do so. And then draw the head towards the knee and hold for a moment. Good. So let's do that lunge stretch one more time as we bring the hands on the inside. At first, just lunge the knee forward, just focusing on the hip flexors on the back leg. Good. And then let's open it up. Roll onto the outside edge and maybe deepen it a little bit more. Nice deep breaths. Good. All right. Pushing it back one more time as we lift those toes, supporting yourself in that stretch. Good. And then we're going to bring it back into a half dog once again, reaching those hands forward, forehead on the floor, elbows up. Good. And then we're going to bring the other foot forward, lunging that knee forward. Again, if this is too much on the knees, you can place a cushion underneath, or you can also do a lunge in standing position. Good. And then let's deepen it out. Nice deep breaths. And then gently push it back. Lift those toes, draw the head to the knee. And then bringing it forward, deepening it once more. And then one more time, let's push it back. Supporting yourself in that stretch. Coming back into downward facing dog. This time you can do half or full, whatever calls to your body right now. Now, bring your hands down for a moment, doing a few cat and cows as you rock through your spine. In a moment, we're going to transition into pigeon pose. Now, you can choose if coming into pigeon, pulling the leg forward is too much for your body because of whatever's going on. The alternative to that is doing the opposite. So you're on your back. So keep doing a few cat and cows. I'm just going to momentarily demonstrate. If you want to switch to your back and do it this way, you're simply going to take the ankle in front of the knee and draw it in and pull it in this way. And this is going to stretch the back of the glute. It's not going to open up through the hip there, but it's going to stretch the back of the glute for you. Okay? So that is the alternative if coming forward in this position for pigeon is too much for your body. So you're going to bring one leg forward. You want the knee straight ahead and the foot in front of the opposite hip. Use a cushion if you need to help support underneath. And then allow yourself to gently drop down to the floor. If you can bring your forehead to the floor, go ahead. Otherwise, just use the forearms. and take some nice deep breaths. And then allow yourselves to come on up. You're going to bend your back knee, grab onto your foot if you're able to, and gently draw that heel towards you. If you're on your back, the alternative for this is just roll to your side and draw one leg towards you and draw that knee, and then you'll get that benefit there. Nice deep breaths. Good. Push the foot into, allow that to gently lift you up slightly and hold. Good. And release it out. Now, if you can take a little bit deeper, if you're in the forward position here, roll to the side, take your foot a little further out and roll the hips back to center. And if you're on your back again, just simply draw the ankle in front of the knee and draw it in towards you. Maybe draw the heel a bit closer to the hip and gently melt down towards the floor. Nice deep breaths. And then inhale, bringing it up. So we're going to transition into a runner stretch from here. How we do that is we're going to tuck our back toes, and we're going to start to push up so that we can push up into our front foot. But before you do, just shimmy it over to your side slightly. So if it's your left foot you pull forward, bring it over to the left or the right, to the right. You're going to press up into a standing position. Now you want your back foot on a slight angle there. And we're going to gently, keeping the hips facing the front of your mat, gently fold forward. Place the hand somewhere on the legs unless you have the range of motion to touch the floor. And hold. Maybe deepen that stretch. Good. We're going to bend the knees. We're going to come into downward facing dog again. And then transitioning into pigeon, whether you're forward or on your back, allow yourselves to adjust and exhale, melt down to the floor. Nice deep breaths. And we're going to inhale, bringing it up. We're going to bend that back knee, drawing that heel towards us. And again, if you're lying on your back, just roll to the side and then grab onto the foot that way. Nice deep breaths. And then push the foot into the hand, push it away from you, lifting up that torso slightly. Good. And then release that foot, rolling onto the outer thigh. Gently take that foot a little further out, roll those hips back and melt down to the floor. And if you're on your back, just bringing that heel a little closer to the hip. And let's shift into that runner stretch as you tuck your back toes and start to press back, shifting your foot over to the side, and then lift right up. Make sure, again, that back foot's on a slight angle. Hips are facing the front of your mat, and melt down into that forward bend. Placing the hands somewhere secure to help support. And after a few moments, maybe going a bit deeper into that stretch. Now we're going to step it forward and we're going to stretch out those shoulders a little bit more, releasing and stretching that back as we inhale, hands up, interlinking those fingers, index finger pointing up, and just leaning over to one side. And then back to center, over to the other side. Coming back to center, let's sweep the hands behind. Interlink the fingers if you can. If that's not an option, you can also just grab a wrist and gently draw the arms and shoulders back, dropping into that forward bend. Release the neck, drop the head down as the arms reach over, and maybe bend your knees slightly if you need to. Good. Releasing those arms, bending those knees as you slowly transition onto your backs. Coming onto your backs, let's take the left knee over top of the right. As you come into a cross-legged position, bring them right together, and then just shift your hips over to your left, and let's come into a spinal twist. Knees falling to the right, and head turning to the left. And then coming back to center, shift your hips back to center and switch it out. Cross the other leg over, and if you need support, always use support. Shift your hips over to the right and allow the knees to fall to the left. Turning the head in the other direction as you close your eyes, taking some nice deep breaths. Relaxing the body. And then coming back to center, uncrossing the legs, shift the hips back to center. Extend the right leg out straight and take the left leg up towards the ceiling. Push the heel up as you use your hands. Gently draw the leg towards you and hold. And then open your arms in T position. Straight-legged spinal twist. Take that leg over as far as you comfortably can. If you can, keep that back shoulder on the floor and turn your head in the opposite direction of that leg. Take some nice deep breaths. Try to breathe all the way down to the hip. And then bring it back to center. You can just bring the leg straight up, or if you need to, bend the knee as you come back to center. We're going to extend that leg back up again. Straight leg, gently draw the leg towards you. And then we're going to bend the knee, keeping the hips on the floor. We're going to take the opposite hand on the knee, and we're going to gently draw the knee across the body as far as we can without lifting that back hip off the floor. We want this to be more of an IT band stretch, and stay on the floor for that to happen. And hold. Good. Then release it out, keeping the knee bent, and just allow it to fall out to the outside for a moment. Place a hand on the belly and the heart. Inhale, full yogic breath. Inhale, expand belly, lungs, and collarbones. Exhale, collarbones, lungs, and belly. One more time, 3-part breath. Good. And let's switch it out. Extend that leg out straight and press the other heel up towards the ceiling as you hold that stretch for a moment. Draw that leg towards you. Open your arms in T position. Take that leg across your body, spinal twist. Keep that back shoulder on the floor as you hold. And then coming back to center, extend that leg up for a moment, draw that leg towards you. And then bend that knee, keep the knee above the hip, and then keep those hips on the floor and gently take that knee across your body as far as you can without lifting the hips. And then coming back to center, place the foot on the floor, let the knee fall out to the outside. 3 full yogic breaths. And then bend both knees as you draw them into the chest. Place the hands on your kneecaps and gently roll them in circles. And then roll the other way around. So in a moment, we're going to transition into final Shavasana for final meditation, where you can stretch your body out on your mat. If you want to put socks on, grab your blanket or cushion, allow yourselves to do that. As we transition into final relaxation. Now, if you were able to attend the breath workshop, I'm going to start off with a breath technique, and then we'll move into stillness from there. This is the fire breath. I haven't done that one with you yet. Similar to the breath of joy, except for it is in and out of the nose. If you're congested, you can do this in and out of your mouth. So allow yourselves to get comfortable as you lie on the floor there. And placing the hands on your belly. You're going to be rapidly breathing in and out of your nose for just a few moments. And if you can keep that speed up, allow yourselves to do that. And if you need to slow it down, slow it down. You might start to feel a little bit tingly-ishy, and that's a good thing. So I will do it with you as long as we're going to do the breath. So as you inhale, expand into your belly. And as you exhale, snap the belly to the spine with a forceful breath out. Keep it going. I'll start to speed up, and if it doesn't work for you, just keep it slower. Stay with it just a little bit longer. And take a nice deep, slow inhalation and a nice long exhalation. And do that and slowly in and out of your nose. In and out of your nose. As you allow each breath to release and relax you now. Letting go and letting be. As you fall back into your natural breath, relax as the mind opens. Breathe deeply and fully, as if you're being breathed by a great benevolent force. Let the energy, the life force, allow yourself to be a clear vessel through which the power of the breath flows, the power of the energy flows. Begin to feel this light within you grow and expand, reaching from the depths of your personal soul through your body so that it begins to fuse with the light of every other human being. Take a moment to fully integrate this feeling of connection. Surrender your smaller self to the highest and holiest potential that is within you. In this moment, let go of the negative thoughts and judgments that grab at you and weigh you down. Just let them go right now. In every area of your life, see where you have been functioning out of fear rather than choosing love. In every area of your life, forgive who and what has hurt you. Breathe. And now forgive yourself for the times you have missed the mark, that you weren't perfect, that you didn't do it right. Forgive yourself now. Feel the breath move through you, clearing, energizing, and renewing. From this internal space, begin to imagine in small circumstances and situations, little miracles manifesting in your life. Disputes are settled with ease. You experience more random acts of kindness, and the things you worried about seem to have disappeared entirely right now. Now imagine that very sense of lifting and healing moving to bigger and more profound areas of your life. With all of your senses, with all of this power moving through you, bring to mind the best and most perfect scenario of the world that is healed now. Imagine a sense of gentle breakthroughs of leaders and politicians finding peaceful solutions to handle all of this that's happening in the world right now. For doctors and nurses to transform this world. Of hostility that is replaced with compassion, of an abundance of food and resources for every last being on the earth. Imagine our planet being lifted out of the pain and into blissful peace. Be very specific in your mind's eye. Apply the force of this collective love to every place of discord and see it heal and become light. And as you visualize, so you will begin to perceive the world around you differently. And so the world forms. At this very moment, you are co-creating with the universe the unfolding miracle of peace. May you know comfort, peace, abundance, healing, health, and love. May we all know it. And so it is. As you feel that moving through your body, take that with you today. As you expand that feeling of peace around your body to cocoon around you, as you gently roll to the side in the fetal position, using your hand or your arm to support your head, and take a breath or two as you gently press yourselves back to seated. And as you come back into seated, connect with your sit bones and feel the length of your spine. As we inhale, hands up. As we bring peace and love and light into our hands, as we draw that healing love into our heart. Namaste. Have a